It's taken Afghan intelligence officers just 7 days to piece together who was behind the attack on Kabul. Their evidence comes from a man arrested 24 hours later who admitted he sheltered the suicide bombers and took them to one of their targets in the capital city. The assault was ordered by an Afghan commander in Pakistan who was part of the so-called Haqqani network, one of the most deadly and effective groups allied to the Taliban with close links to al-Qaeda. The prisoner's filmed confession was screened at a press conference at the headquarters of the National Directorate of Intelligence.
This plan was coordinated in Pakistan's Tal area by a commander called Haqqani, who was one of Jalaluddin Haqqani's network commanders. Bashir was appointed as team leader, and they came and stayed in my house. The night before the day of the attack, Bashir explained the plan. One person with the name of Haji would detonate and do suicide in an ambulance. There were 7 suicide bombers and 3 to 4 coordinators. We left in 3 different groups. I was in charge of 2 suicide bombers and took them to the shopping mall near the presidential palace.
A total of 7 of the fighters were killed by the Afghan security forces during the 5-hour gun battle in the heart of Kabul. That means 4 of the men the prisoner called coordinators, are still unaccounted for. Intelligence agents say the ambulance used in one of the suicide bombings had been painted by the fighters with the name of a local hospital in Kabul. Its real target had been the front gate of the city's only 5-star hotel, the Serena, but the device was detonated before it reached the building. A rough sketch of the hotel grounds was found with the fighters, indicating a Mumbai-style attack had been planned. The Afghan intelligence agency also showed confessions from men who were behind previous suicide bombing attacks who claimed they received their training in Pakistan.
They sent me for training to Miram Shah in Waziristan. I spent 1 month being taught about guns, suicide vests and explosives. When I got back to Ghazni, I helped train 15 Taliban fighters. I made a suicide vest for them. I heard when I came back to Kabul that one of those vests was used in an attack on the Deputy Chief of Afghanistan's intelligence forces.
And as dusk fell in the capital city Tuesday, another attack by a suicide car bomber. This time right outside the front gates of an American military base named Camp Phoenix. Shortly after the attack, the Taliban claimed responsibility. They said they launched a suicide bomber against foreign troops. This is the most dangerous road in Afghanistan. It's just to the east of Kabul and leads down to Jalalabad, one of the main convoy routes for NATO and American supplies. Only hours earlier, an alert had been issued that a suicide bomber was in the city, target unknown. With just 2 days to go before the Afghan summit in London, it's feared the Taliban is determined to show they can strike at will in the capital. David Chater, Al Jazeera, Kabul.